It's the last log-in from this writing space, facing due east on the second floor of the house on Glastonbury Ave. After I finish writing here, I'm packing it all up into a box, and that will be that. The wind is howling, shaking the house, making this part of the house, the addition with its three sides of windows, squeak at its hinges. At 6 a.m., Mo was crying at the door, so no Saturday sleep-in for me. I went downstairs, fed him, climbed back into bed, and did manage to fall back to sleep, only to dream of an old friend of mine, Charlie, a father figure of sorts who died years ago after the divorce. I was in the passenger seat of his car. He was driving, and I grabbed his hand and started to weep, saying I wish he were closer. I was surprised at my crying in my dream. I was like a little child crying hard over a triviality. But I was very much an adult needing the presence of this older man whose beard, I realize as I write, was exactly like the one he wore when I got to know him well and marked the start of the friendship from 1981. He was really my mother's friend through her cousin. The two men had roomed together in college in the 1950s. But Charlie and I immediately bonded, maybe because he had 3 daughters and I was like some kind of found son who arrived on his doorstep. I remember how he comforted me during the divorce because Dad had died. What does this have to do with saying goodbye to this writing space? The desk I'm writing on really was a breakfast nook kitchen table purchased for the home back in Ohio, and I've adapted it for a writing table for these 15 or so years. I'll take the flaps down, load it into the car tomorrow, get it to the Poe House. It will serve as a writing table for the second floor room facing east until we can find a good old writing table in an antique store. Anyway, the table is covered with crap, old bills, vitamin bottles, 2 watches that don't work, old reading glasses, a dead light bulb, pictures of my grandparents when they were young and had eloped, a picture of me and you at the Jazz Bistro here in St. Louis when it was still a jazz joint. There's a candle burning on the table, the rosin from France, Milan de Roux for my violin bow, a tarnished bowl filled with coins, old rocks gathered from forgotten trips.